When social unrest erupts, the difference between those who make it home safely and those who become casualties often comes down to one critical skill: the ability to become invisible in plain sight. Most people think survival is about being tough and fighting your way through, but the real survivors know that the best fight is the one you avoid entirely. I'm talking about the art of blending in, moving through dangerous situations without drawing attention, and maintaining what I call strategic invisibility when chaos erupts around you. This isn't about being a coward, it's about being smart. It's about understanding human psychology and using it to your advantage. Let me paint you a picture. Civil unrest breaks out in your city. The streets fill with angry crowds, police sirens wail in the distance, and you need to get from point A to point B without becoming a target. What do? Most people would either try to fight their way through or hide somewhere and hope it passes. But the survivors understand a third option. They move like ghosts through the chaos. Here's what most people don't understand about crowd psychology. People in crisis situations are looking for threats, looking for enemies, looking for someone to blame. If you stand out in any way, if you look too prepared, too confident, too different, you become a target. But if you can blend in, if you can move like you belong, if you can become part of the background, you become invisible. This is exactly what I teach in When All Hell Breaks Loose, stuff you need to survive when disaster strikes. You'll learn how to dress to blend in, how to move through crowds without drawing attention, and how to read the mood of a situation so you can adapt your behavior accordingly. The key is understanding that different situations require different approaches. In some scenarios, you want to look like everyone else. In others, you want to look like you're not worth the trouble. Sometimes you need to project confidence, other times you need to project weakness. The survivors know how to read the situation and adapt their appearance and behavior accordingly. But here's the deeper principle. Strategic invisibility isn't just about avoiding confrontation. It's about preserving your resources, maintaining your element of surprise, and keeping your options open. When you're invisible, you can observe without being observed. You can gather information without revealing your intentions. You can position yourself strategically without alerting potential threats. Think about it this way. Every interaction you have during a crisis is a risk. Every person who notices you is a potential threat. Every conversation you have reveals information about your capabilities, your resources, your plans. The less attention you attract, the safer you are. This is why I always tell people, in survival situations, your ego is your enemy. The urge to stand out, to be the hero, to prove how tough you are, that's what gets people killed. The survivors understand that there's no glory in survival, only results. They'd rather be invisible and alive than visible and dead. Most survival guides focus on physical skills. How to fight, how to shoot, how to defend yourself. But they miss the most important skill of all, how to avoid having to use those skills in the first place. The best self-defense is not being there when the trouble starts. The best way to win a fight is to never get into one. Don't make the mistake of thinking that survival is about being the toughest person in the room. Get When All Hell Breaks Loose, and learn the strategic invisibility techniques that could keep you alive when the world goes crazy around you.